Pandas, 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 bros in Atlanta, Tucson, Dublin, and pandas. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, guys. You guys waiting patiently here. Good morning, day trading. Good morning, Maria G, Turtle Toe, Zero Cool. Good morning, guys. Tony P. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Bernadette, Wayne Bignell. Greg T, good morning. Corsi, good morning. Speedy Boy, welcome to the stream. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it might be today. Also, scalp that like button and drop a GM in the chat. I mean, if we can get all the engagement here, that'd be great. But really, I'm just curious to know who's here. I like to see familiar names and get to kind of know you guys through the stream. Morning, guys. Good morning. Mindful Jazzy, good morning. Reap 100, Isaiah Billing, good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Lace Sanawi, good morning, guys. Matt H, good morning. Ted Rajnes, good morning. Got a two-leggy here. Do I like it? I don't. Coming off of the previous day's high, maybe acting as support. Huge push up overnight, and then basically nothing happened. Comes right back down. Do we have any buy area around this zone? We do have a gap here that was just filled. No more gap. I mean, we're beneath the 20 MA, which makes it hard to take a trap trade here, but the trap trade makes the most sense. Sorry about that. Second entry short here. Like I mentioned, I don't like it because let's reload historical here. Because we're making the breaker trend to new low and we are on a support area, and so around these areas is kind of where you find reversals. So am I sure it's gonna reverse? I don't, but it is enough for me to not want to go short here. Also, we have a H4 setup, 4 pushes down, and we see the 5th push down actually doesn't go below the previous pivot, and it goes higher, makes a second entry higher low long setup here. Oh, we do have a second entry long on the 10,000 tick chart. Huge second entry long. 5 minute doesn't start until the market opens. I'll probably take the trap here because I'll also trigger the second entry long on a 10K chart. So the trap here will trigger the 10K second entry long. So I'll be enticed here. So far we have an inside bar OI pattern, breakout mode. It might be enough for traders to go long here. Do I think the student loan news would affect the market? I don't know. To me, it sounds like more inflation, more than anything. I mean, you're using taxpayer dollars to pay off other people's loans. It's quite interesting. So could mean more inflation, but inflation might mean the market might inflate, and so it can go up. I personally think as long as we're raising interest rates, we're not going to really have a chance. We're not going to have a chance to really go up that high. As long as interest rates continue to go up, there's not much I feel like the market can do. Mathis, Pommier, did you see Michael Chin videos? Did you see Michael Chin videos? Did he release new ones? I guess it's really great news for people who have loans. Kudos to them. Good morning, guys. Second entry short does trigger. It's like a very slow moving market right now. We do have a trap setup here, which coincides with the second entry long on the 10K chart. I may be enticed to take it, even though it's really close to market open. I usually don't break this rule, but for this trade, I might because I like the setup here. For every bull case, there is a bear case. Second entry short. Looks like it's pushing down pretty strong, pretty convincingly. Nice entry bar. Let's see if there's follow through. Lee A says deficit spending is not taxpayer money, and forgiving student loans is like a tax cut for the recipients. The only inflation this could cause is by people taking on more loans again. I would have to see proof of that. I have to see exactly what's happening there, because when I think of student loans being paid off, I don't think it's necessarily university saying we forgive your we forgive your tuition payments, or I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Tax cut for the recipients. I'm not exactly sure what you're. I mean, I am really open to whatever. I just need to. I don't understand it, so that's why it's hard for me to kind of believe that. But if you can show me a nice article, I'll read it. Take my time. It's like, okay, maybe it's a different type of payment for me. If you pay for something, the money has to come from somewhere. Nothing is free, and that's what I'm thinking. Oh, you're saying because it's not. Oh, I see. You have to have new taxes for us to pay for it. No, I think we've already paid for it. They have a big pool of our money in the Fed, and they, them using it on whatever they want is taxpayer money. So if you inject all that money into the economy, creating cheap dollars, that's just. Okay, this is pushing down. Market's about to open in 1 minute. Enough tax talk. Let's make that bamboo. The second entry short here, off the trend line, also off the 20 MA. I just saw break a trend new low on support, so hard for me to go short there, even though it could make a nice move down. Market just opened, pandas. Let's get some movement today, hopefully. What's our daily chart look like? Okay, we might have another leg down here. I'm not sure if it's an outside bar reversal. It could be a downtrend day today. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. Decent push down here. Just watching. No setups for us. I mean, we got the break of trend to new low here. Hard to take this short, but it ends up working out for you. approaching the previous day's close. The 5-minute chart. I mean, we gapped up, but the first candle is looking bearish at the moment. 10K chart. Never triggers that second entry long. Absolutely amazing. Missed it by 1 tick. Micro triple top. People took the trap trade the other way. All right, pushing down. MacMix having some difficult time with Apex. I've actually had amazing service with Apex, even though it is through email. Like the service I get with them is pretty good actually. I've heard the same with a lot of people that their service has been good to them as well. But if your experience is different, then maybe I'm not sure. Especially if it's your first time, maybe you're not familiar with how things work. Jamie Lewis asks, how many contracts did I trade to pass the 300K val? I trade them heavy. I'll trade 5 to 10. DA Social got a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, which is nice. Good swing trade down there. Another H4 setup, strong push down, clearly downtrend right now. I'm not gonna go long in anything here. Hard to go long when you have this strong a move. We are on a support though. Girish Prasad failing 24 times. You know what? Let me put a poll up. I usually do this. Yeah, I think actually Apex, I think Apex customer support is very stellar actually. I think a lot of people have a hard time because it's through email, and so that in itself they don't like, which I don't think knocks anything at the customer service. I think it's just the mode of communication people don't like. But I think even if the email, like I've a great experience with them. Thing about Apex is so cheap. It's like it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if you fail. I mean, you get 80% off codes, 50% off codes. Like even if you fail, it's like what was the actual cost? So I put a poll up here to just see how many attempts it takes to for you guys to pass Apex. And some people might be like on their 5th try wondering, man, I am so bad at trading, I can't pass an eval. I'm already on my 5th try. But then when you see a poll like this, when you see that people took 20 plus tries to pass, it kind of just shows like, hey, maybe you're not as bad as you thought. If I get funded, I expect to get extremely frustrated at the delayed payout policy. At that point, I'll probably want to switch over to trade day. Well, if that is your case, then don't do Apex. I honestly think, like, you know, Apex is, like, in terms of even the payout is once a month, and I get that. That's fine. That's like a regular payment. It does take, you know, so they have like certain limits of how much you can withdraw on every, depending on the account type. And so if it's like the 300K, you can like pull out like, I don't know, like $3,000 or something like that per withdrawal. But if it's like the 50K, then you can pull out like $1,000 or something like that. It just depends on which account you open. So
10,000 tick trap.
you know, for the first like 3 months, you can pull out that maximum. But I think after the 4th month, you can pull out as much as you want. Yeah, Apex return according to the rules is the best. Yeah, the thing about Apex is the thing about Rhythmic is that's not Apex, right? That's a third party software that they use, that they, you know, keep track of all your trades and your account balances. So that's third party. So if Rhythmic glitches, it's not Apex's fault. But the nice thing about Apex is that even if it does glitch, sometimes, not every time, but sometimes, especially if it's like a site like just like a universal glitch where, you know, Rhythmic really shut down and people are stuck in trades, they are actually so kind that they would reset your accounts. We do have a trap trade here forming potentially off of the previous day's close. I mean, this downtrend is so strong, but now we're hitting a support here. I don't know. I mean, the EMA is starting to flatten out here. It's getting a little confusing. I don't even want to take this trap trade, to be honest, because of the fact that this seems like a first breaker trend, but it is coming off of support. And so you do have some credence to go long here. This is a trap trade. Failed second entry short. But the downtrend looks strong enough. I'll probably take the failed trap here, but coming back into our trading range, small trading range here. The trap does trigger, pushes up. It might give you your scalp here, but to me, this is first breaker trend. A little too early for me to take a reversal here. If you were in this trade, you still haven't scalped out, you might be sweating at this point. That's a failed reversal, failed trap. L4 setup, I may go short. I don't really want to go short here. The EMA is really getting flat here. We may come back into our trading range, to the bottom trading range, but hard to say. It's a good signal bar though. Might get a 4th push up, which will create a L4 setup. Coming back down. It might come back to the bottom of the trading range. Oh, do I like this? Should I have gone into that trade? Maybe. I was thinking about it. I just really don't like when things bounce off supports. I don't like to go short into that, just because it can V-bottom so easily. But it does push down pretty hard here. gives you the scalp the other way. So thoughts and prayers to those who went long on this trap. A little too early for me. Seems like I need more evidence that we're going to reverse here. Just the downtrend seems very strong. Creating a double bottom here. Well, actually, I guess like a higher low double bottom and then a triple bottom here. Edward Nunez says, what will give you more evidence? I will probably need another push down and then to make a new low. And then if we get another attempt up, then it'll kind of start to create a pattern that looks like this. If you guys know what this pattern is, let me know in the chat if you know this pattern. This is kind of the pattern that we're going to look for. We could have a double bottom here. This double bottom might be strong enough. Coming, bouncing off the support 2 times, right off of it. It's actually a higher low here. So we could push strongly up here. It's like an inverse head and shoulders, something like that. We're getting a 2-legged pullback on the 10K chart, potentially forming. The EMA is too flat right now for me to trade, and also overlapping bars. So even finding a short trade here will be difficult. Pikachu. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart still above the 20 MA, and we still haven't filled this gap yet on the 5-minute chart. Huh. 5-minute chart. Two-leg pullback maybe on the 10K chart. If on the 10K we may get a trap trade, then I may go long, but I would need a new low here. We're getting higher lows every single time here. But the EMA, look how flat it is. It's just going straight from left to right. Hard to find a trade here. Even if you have a bullish bias at this point, it's just can't really tell. DX dropping an original joke here. What do you call a perverted Pikachu? A peek at you. Let's go, baby. All right. Now we're pushing higher. We do get this failed trap here on the 10K chart. If we get a trap trade like this, I may be interested in going long on the 10K chart. A, B, C. So what the market ended up trying to do is, so this is why I don't like to go short into support like this. So even though this fails, it pushes down again, basically makes a double bottom and higher lows every single time. So ending the poll, I mean, it's clear to see that people do sometimes takes 20 plus times is the highest on the poll. How many attempts it takes to pass eval? 20 plus times. It's the highest voted one, and so it just shows you that passing the eval is not easy. You know, it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be hard. If you can pass it, you know, you're better than most. Just passing an eval. Andrew Wade. Andrew Wade. Is that like Andrew Tate and Thomas Wade's combined? Is it Ninja Trader? Do you have a setup video? Yes. If you go to the channel and look up Ninja Trader settings, you can find it. You can search in the channel as well. Just type in Ninja Trader or settings, something like that. Bouncing off a support like this. H4 setup, trap, fails. Tricky, tricky. Creates a double bottom here. Am I looking to go long here? Maybe. Second entry short might trigger on the 10K chart. $10K. Second entry short. Off the 20 EMA. I'll take the trap trade here, coming off support.
$10,000 trap.
Trap on the 10K chart potentially here. Trap also on the 2K chart. Coming off our trend line and 20 MA. Oh, do I want to go long here? I don't know. It's a good signal bar too. Good thing I didn't go long here. I'd be sweating. Second entry long here. Forming. Second entry long beneath 20 MA. I don't know if I like that at all. Tricky, tricky here. Very confusing. This happens a lot, especially when the 20 EMA and the 240 SMA, when they converge like this and they start to pinch, oftentimes you see the price action just start to do this. Very annoying. Okay, so we got a second entry long here, but overlapping bars, a little choppy for me. Pushing up strong. Yeah, I can't take that trade. It's just too choppy. Very confusing. Trap is about to trigger on the 10K chart. Higher low setup, I'll look for that. On a higher low setup on the 2K chart, I'll look for that. But other than that, comes back down, fill that gap a little bit. Doesn't fill it all the way. Trap triggers on the 10K chart. This could be a serious reversal. We can make a really strong push up. The daily chart, does it give credence for that? Maybe bounce off the 20 EMA on the daily chart. Pushing strongly up now. Could be a really big reversal here on the 10K chart. $10K chart, like I mentioned, a trap. I drew this out saying if I saw this, I might take it. But I was trying to find a setup on the smaller time frame. Didn't really happen. So we could be in an uptrend right now. The 5-minute chart also, right, showing us we're coming above the open, and this looks weird. I'm not sure what's happening here. I guess, yeah, okay, yesterday's high. Broke above yesterday's high. Okay, I see. I get it, I get it. Pretty strong push up. I guess I'm long now, but I don't know. We already had 2 second entry longs. Second entry long here. 2-legged pullback. Another 2-legged pullback. It's got choppy here. Didn't like that trade. But pushing strongly up. Like I mentioned, 10K chart. What this trap does trigger could be a strong push up. And this is exactly what we got. I just wanted to find a setup on the lower time frame. Never happened. We've got this 2-leggy here, but I would like the higher low setup. I'd be way more confident in a higher low setup right there. Big push up, as mentioned. That trap reversal trade on 10K chart, big explosions. Like, this is what happens on these kind of setups. Coming off of support as well. I'm looking to go long. You know, I'm thinking follow through on a 10K chart, right? Follow through on this bar, surprise bar, breakout bar. We're in breakout mode right now, and I need a setup. See if I get it. Could be always in long. Like, you could just buy the close, right? Just buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here. Keep buying. Even if you buy on a bear bar, you probably could still make money. Just watching. Just need a setup. No setups for us. Maybe a second entry long at this point. I'll be interested off the 20 MA. You know, if we're on a strong bull trend now, then we're trying to go long. The 5-minute chart doesn't even touch 20 MA. Doesn't even fill the gap from yesterday. So there's a small gap here, actually. The overnight highs, I'm going to mark it here. This blue line. People will try to go long for any reason at this point. To them, this is a pullback. They love this pullback. Any pullbacks they're going to love. They're going to buy with limit orders. They're going to buy a limit order, probably at the bottom, small trading range. Probably buy limit orders with off the 20 MA. People bought limit orders at the bottom of this bar. You can see it with the price action. There's no denying it. That's how eager the bulls are. They're buying anything. Any reason to buy. This pullback, they're like, we'll take the pullback. We can scalp out here. They're already scalped out. Or they're scaling in. Or scaling up, we'll call it. Stephanie Lynn, let's go, baby. Just got funded. That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully those coupons have been helpful for you guys. I mean, we had a banger string Monday and Tuesday. It was absolutely just nuts. Had a great time. I think it's just the champagne was overflowing. Got two-legged move up here. You know, so the first entries are making points or making scalps, right? Bulls are making money off first entries far away from 20 May. Showing how strong the bulls are. You do never want to short anything here. Always in long, right? They're coming with limit orders here. Just buying the close, buying the close, right? They bought the close here. We couldn't even see one tick beneath the close here because they were so eager to buy it and they bought it right at the close, right? Always in long. Follow through on the 10K chart, looking for a measure move of the breakout bar. Most likely measure move somewhere up here. But no setups for us, pandas. You know, I mean, you can trade always in long here, and like I mentioned, you could literally just buy anything and make money right now. And so, I'm not trading that setup right now. I'm not trading that style. So I'm not trading always in long at the moment. On stream, I trade only two-legged pullbacks, and so we're waiting for a two-legged pullback here. At this point, if we get a two-legged pullback, it might be overextended, and it might not be a good setup to take. Viral rip tickler, 14 points and counting. Let's go. That's why they call, Stephanie says, thanks everyone. Has been a long journey, but patience truly pays off. That's why they call it patience, because you get paid. Trap trade, still people are looking for first entries. Making money off first entries. Just a rocket ship right now. Absolute rocket ship. No entries for me in all of this. You could have maybe take this failed second entry short here and jumped in on this long, but no, it's far away from 20 May. At this point, it is overextended, right? This is a unsustainable uptrend. So when it comes back down, it can come back down very hard because it's unsustainable. Adashi Mari says, Panda, maybe do always in long on your stream. Maybe. I might start to implement more Albrook setups here. I kind of want to, just because you only have an hour of streaming, basically. And the amount of setups you find with two-legged pullbacks, very little, especially good ones. And that's the point, right? If you want a high probability trade, the trade-off of that is the setups are rare. You know, not rare, but they're not, you know, they're not plentiful. You get maybe 5 or 6 setups a day that you can really say, okay, I can really go strong on these setups. And yeah, so got 4 pushes up here. I mean, absolutely mind-bending breakout and unsustainable. So we'll see. The 5-minute chart. Multiple bull bars in a row at this point. Daily chart looks like this. I mean, it could be a first entry. I'm expecting to find support on the 20 EMA here, so not surprised. Fawn says two-legged pullback, like waiting for it to pull back twice and then enter. Yes, exactly, Fawns. That's exactly what the two-legged pullback is in essence. On a strong, bold trend, what we're waiting for is a two-legged move. So here's one leg, and here's the first entry, and then another attempt, right? The second attempt up, we call it the second entry, is when we want to enter. So two-leg move, right? Two legs down. Basically, it's a small bull flag on a strong uptrend. Two pullbacks. But the problem with double pullbacks is that it's a double discount. So on a strong uptrend, you don't even see them because the trend is so strong, too strong. Angel Maldonado says, when doing an eval, how many setups are you looking to take per day? It's the same, kind of. But I do a little more swing trading actually when it comes to passing evals, and I trade heavier. So, for me, the whole point of eval is to get funded. So that's the whole point, and so I trade them aggressively. Some people like to use evals to practice, which is fine, especially if you're beginning, and I recommend it as well because it's so cheap. It's really cheap to practice on evals because you also get a NinjaTrader license and free data. And so with the data and the NinjaTrader license, you're basically paying exactly what you would typically pay for if you were just to trade on regular sim. And so I would recommend just trading with a small account on the Apex, and yeah. So the first pullback, it might be small, but at the same time, if it's unsustainable like this, the first bounce off the 20 MA may not be what you think. All right, let's see, Pandas, let's see what you're thinking here. Put a poll up. If a setup happens at the 20 MA, what would you do here? That means a two-legged pullback with a good signal bar or decent signal bar. Just a two-legged move back to 20 MA. What would you do here? Methodist Palmer asks, what are these red and green lines? This is a trading range indicator. When it's on a strong trend like this, a trading range indicator is wildly inaccurate. I mean, not inaccurate. There's nothing inaccurate about it. It does what it does. It marks choppiness. But, well, I guess here, for instance, it is marking this decently well. We got a two-leggy possibly forming here on the 20 EMA. After 4 strong pushes up here. Strong, exhaustive move. It could be, indicative of a bull trend for the rest of the day. Could be. We'll see. We're getting a two-legged pullback here off the 20 MA. Super strong uptrend, but looking at this setup right now, I might take it because we also have potential trading range here. So if we do get a nice push down here, we can trade it as a failed breakdown of this trading range.
10,000
we officially have a second entry long forming here. The 20 EMA is starting to flatten out at the moment. And also, right, super strong exhaustive move. Unsustainable. We're getting a two-leggy coming back into our trading range possibly here. Do I want to take it? I'll participate. Small risk here, but bad signal bar. But it's a small risk. It's only about 2-point risk here. You know, you're talking about 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which is really good for scalping. Staying above the 20 MA here. Micro double top. Pushing down. Might come back to the bottom trading range. So people buying with limit orders already scalped that 1 point. Limit orders off the 20 MA here. The risk is a little larger, and also the signal bar is looking ugly. Pretty terrible. Okay, starting to go beneath the 20 MA. 20 MA starting to go sideways now. So with this big exhaustive move, the 20 MA you thought would be a little bit better, right, on a super strong move like this, but it's so exhaustive. We will need some sort of double top here, but there's no guarantees. No guarantees because of this wedge here as well. Strong bear bar ending on its low. In my opinion, setup is already gone. Yes, there is news tomorrow. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. The news is tomorrow at 8:30. We have core PCE numbers, price index, and also Fed Chair Powell speaks at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So we got 2 news items tomorrow. We do got a trap trade here. That second entry long does trigger. Trap trade might trigger here, but I'm not interested in either of these trades. I don't like this long trade. Yeah, I'm not sure. That does trigger, but ugly signal bar. It is coming off basically 20 MA. 20 MA starting to curl downwards. I just don't like this trade right now. Even though we're in a super strong uptrend, it might be like, you know, any reason to go long, you go long. But yeah, I just don't like this move up. It's so exhaustive. You might end up getting your scalp here though. You were sweating here for a second. Some people might have came in with a retracement here. Higher low setup, I might be interested in going long above the 20 MA. Thinking this trading range might come back into the small trading range up here. But notice, pandas, look at where it stops, right? It stops at the bottom of the trading range marked by the trading range indicator. OI pattern, breakout mode. So whichever side it breaks out here, it can be a strong move, right? You're sweating. You're sweating if you're in this trade. Double bottom. I'll go long here. I will go long here if we get another attempt up. With that micro double bottom. I will go into outside bar reversal. Basically a higher low setup, micro double bottom. Uptrend, coming off the 20 MA, coming back into our trading range up here. Coming off the bottom of this trading range. If we get this double bottom, I'll go long. Double bottom's gone. Starts is breaking down. I'll keep it for maybe about 2 or 3 ticks. EMA starting to curl down. So this is what I mean. I didn't take that second entry long. I skipped it. Even though it is coming off a super strong uptrend, we see how exhaustive this move is, and when something's unsustainable, you're thinking it could be exhaustive. So the first hit off the 20 MA doesn't even give you a second entry long. It gives you a trap instead. It's just absolutely incredible. And most of you guys thought, right there, this is why it's tricky. That's why trading is tricky. This is why I skip a lot of trades that people get mad at because of things like this. It might happen. So a lot of you guys thought to go long here, but it was a bad trade, and you end up getting hit. It can go long now here. To me, this is a first breaker trend. The pullback might be strong enough. Higher low setup, I'm still thinking about. Potentially. Especially after this trap, no follow through, right? This is supposed to be, this is a reversal, but this reversal is too early, right? It's kind of like this reversal here. A little too early. And it might reverse later, but it's just a little too early. First breaker trend, in my opinion. Or it could be a breaker trend here to new high. Could have been that, but wow. Absolutely incredible. That could have been the case. Breaker trend, new high, created with this micro double top, causing that trap trade. Right? No follow through. Reverses here. Let's check the 5-minute chart. Measure move was hit after this strong bull bar. You see that measure move was hit. People taking profits. Higher low setup. I may go long here. Actually, I should wait for break a trend to new low. If I'm gonna find a reversal here, I gotta wait for break a trend new low. Zero trades so far. And for good reason. If I went long here, I was eager, I would have lost. Terrible signal bar as well. So, a lot of things just going against you here. That potential break a trend new high and terrible signal bar. 20 EMA starting to flatten out as well. Might look for that new high now. This might be the pullback that people wanted. Basically creating a wedge. 1, 2, 3 hits, reversing. To me, I would need some sort of double bottom here to go long. At this point, if we get a setup that looks like this, a push down, but then 2 pushes up like this, I would be interested on the higher low setup. Now we're clearly above the 20 MA. Coming back into our trading range, marked by the trading range indicator. Edward Nunez says, which Al Brooks book do you recommend me to start? I believe he has an order, a certain order of them. Just follow the order that he has. I recommend his online trading course. I mean, I do have a link in the description for it. It's an affiliate link, and I get money for it. But just letting you know, I never will basically promote anything on this channel unless I think it's, one, I use it personally, and 2, if I think it's beneficial, right? I would not recommend it. I would not promote it. And yeah, the affiliate money I get is so minuscule, it doesn't even matter. You know, I don't care about the affiliate. But if the product is good, I'm going to let people know. If I can get a little bit back for the hard work I do, then sure, I'll take it. But got the higher low setup. Hitting top of the trading range. I'll take a trap trade here. Fail second entry short, I'll take it. If we get fail second entry short in this area, I'll take it. Looking for that new high. We're also hitting our heads on resistance now, so, but I want to take a fail second entry short here still. thinking we're gonna make a new high from this pivot high. We're close to the overnight highs. Let's see if we can get this to trigger here. Okay, potential trap trade. Oof. This is a silly trade. It is coming right into resistance. It's hard for me to take this because of this resistance here. If we were above it, I would be more interested, but we are currently right at it, so it's making it difficult for me to go long right here. Chances are high we will make a new high though. Potential trap trade here. I like this trap trade. I just don't like how it's right at resistance. I mean, I've been in this position before and I've gotten burned here before. Right, this double top just creates and reverses, like just reverses on a dime. And if you're right at resistance, it's hard to go long right into that. Coming off the 20 EMA now makes it even more enticing if it does trigger the trap. By the way, I'm Bye Money. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, we trade every single day the emini, the most liquid market in the world, and we trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. It's a price action setup. It looks like this basically: 2 moves up or 2 moves down. Right? 2 moves down or 2 moves up, and we like to enter into the second entries here. So here and here we like to enter in on the reversals. If you like more information about the setup, there are videos in the description going over the details of this setup on how to count legs, how to identify second entries, how to identify traps. Please check it out. Also on screen, you can see the two-legged pullback indicator, all the numbers. Basically, dark green numbers are second entry longs. And so whenever you see a dark green number, dark red number, these are second entries. Dark red number is a second entry short, as we saw here. 2 pushes up, top of the trading range, pushes down right off that resistance. And also the trading range indicator here, marking for us beautifully this trading range way back here, started to market, and now we're in it. And so if you want more information about either of these indicators, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. And currently have 0 trades so far. We are flat on the day because we haven't seen a good setup yet that at least I like. And with that being said, we trade 100% risk-free. We are trading Apex funded accounts. We are fully funded here on this channel. And being funded, that means we're trading 100% risk-free. And whatever money we lose, you know, it doesn't touch our own personal capital, but whatever money we gain, we can keep. And that's only made possible because of prop firms such as Apex. And that's what we use here. I like Apex the most because it has the least amount of rules, right? Gives you the freedom to do what you want. If you want to go buck wild and trade max contracts, you're free to do so. It makes you practice your own discipline, and it allows you to trade your style. And there's no really limitations on how they want you to trade. And so this is why I really like Apex. And it's in terms of passing the eval, it's very simple rules. You just have to get to the profit target in at least a minimum of trading days. And when I say minimum, that means that you're not in a rush to trade. You're actually trying to take your time to trade. So minimum. I know some combines that there's a maximum amount of trades, which is, I think, causes, it's not a good way to measure how good you are, to be honest. It makes you rush your trades and, rush your style. So The nice thing about that is that there's a coupon for 50% off, and it makes it extremely cheap to get funded. And I'm talking about this right now because we're on chop right now. There's not much to do. So that's what we're doing here on this channel. Make sure you use the coupon if you want to sign up. It is on the bottom of your screen. Also, it's on the pinned message, BBM50, for 50% off Apex. We're just choppy right now, and I'm just sitting on my paws. I have a bullish bias at this point because we are coming off a strong bull move, and now we're going sideways, right? We're kind of regaining some momentum here and kind of pausing, and so we're kind of getting more traders to participate. The 5-minute hasn't touched the 20 MA yet. Second entry long, potentially on the 10K chart. Pikachu trade could be another strong move. Like I mentioned, right, with this trap here on the 10K chart, this is what triggered this huge strong move up in the first place. People definitely are trading 10,000 tick chart. I'm certain of that. Huh. Okay, bullish bias, making that new high. Second entry long. It's a higher low second entry long. This might have been the setup I was looking for this whole time. The higher low second entry long here. I just didn't like the double top that was forming, and basically not enough room to the top here. So it made it a little difficult. If it happened like closer to the bottom of the trading range, I can have room to get back to the top, but this made it difficult. Basically, I'm just banking on the fact that we're going to be on this uptrend forever. And the Pikachu trigger is on the 10K chart. We're getting a nice push up on 10K. I'm just reading the charts at this moment. I just don't like any of this. I don't like how choppy this got. I don't like, it doesn't look good to me. But nice strong push up. Approaching the overnight highs here.
Five-minute trap.
Bidpin says, buy my money, appreciate your content. I believe you trade tick charts, but it should be viable on 5-minute charts. Yes, this is price action trading, so it's viable on any chart, any instrument, on any time frame. But the thing is, it has to be liquid market. It has to be a high volume market. It cannot be like a penny stock where the volume is abysmal. It has to be in a market where mass psychology is in play, and so price action works on any market that has that mass psychology. Big push up here, multiple points. That new high could be it, but basically a cup and handle here, as you can see. Cup, handle, higher low second entry long. Good signal bar as well. And also trend line, if I had drawn it, looks like this. Good second entry long. Like I said though, we're hitting our heads here. Hard to say. I wish it was not at resistance, under resistance. Just hard to really tell what's going to happen there. We officially have like a break of trend to new high, in my opinion. Break of trend, new high. Am I looking for a trap trade here? I mean, the uptrend is so strong at this point. I mean, this is a dilemma you always face. You're looking for the trap trade, or you're looking to continue the original trend. We're kind of in this supply zone here. I don't like to mention this because I'm not an expert in this stuff, But the way I read it is basically Al Brooks gaps. Right? Al Brooks has a method that he looks for gaps. In these areas, you can find reversals. And so currently there's a gap here that was just filled. It might have gone this way. Very small gap that was here. And we just filled it right now. And so this whole area here is a place where you can find a lot of sellers because the gap was just filled. So this could be a supply zone. Let's see. Let's see the 10K. Let's see what 10K looks like. 10K is basically this area here is like the supply zone. Am I looking for a trap trade here? If I'm looking for a trap trade, it has to be a nice one. Beneath the 20 EMA. I mean, it could just be a strong uptrend day today, and I just, no reason to look for any reversals. The only problem is right now is we have, this area which could be potential reversal spot. So this is kind of why if I see a trap trade here, I'm interested because we're bouncing off of it. Second entry long. Continuing its uptrend. Absolutely amazing. Here again is another second entry long. A, B, C. Doesn't even touch the 20 EMA here. Pikachu trade. It looks like we're just in a strong uptrend, and I am just watching this go without me and missing every second entry long here, but boy oh boy. Now it feels like if I ever do enter a trade, it's going to be way too late. I mean, looking at the 5-minute chart is absolutely insane. There is a 99% rule that the 5-minute chart will come back, will touch the 20 EMA sometime in the day. Now, how it does it, it could flow here for the rest of the day, 20 EMA can catch up to it, or it can crash back down to it, or whichever way, or combination of both. But there is a 99% chance that we will come back to the 20 EMA sometime today. There is a 95% chance we will make at least one close underneath the 20 EMA. So high chances, 95% chance, it means it's just, you can basically assume it's going to happen, but you just, there was a day this year where it did not ever touch on the 5-minute. Sorry, it did touch it, but it didn't close underneath the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. There's one day it happened, but out of thousands and thousands of days, one day it might happen like that. Like at some point in time, you just have to be able to change your premise and say, okay, this is never going to reverse. This is just going to be super strong uptrend. And yeah. The only reason why it's hard for me to do that at this moment is because we're in this area where I feel like we can reverse. So I'm just sitting on my pause. We're clearly above the 20 EMA still, so it's hard to go short even if it does reverse here. Pandas. Just watching this. Not much action here for me. I mean, the best thing I did so far was skipping this trade. So I am flat, and it's better than being red. This trade here was probably the best setup, but for me, I had reasons not to enter it. Hmm. 5-minute chart, completely just ridiculous move up. 10,000 tick chart. What can I say about the 10,000 tick? A, B, C, two-legged pullback. Doesn't even touch a 20 May after the strong reversal up here. Second entry long again here. This one now starting to get more choppy. Not enough room to the top of the pivots. Choppiness here. This is second entry long, but it's too choppy for me. A, B, C. Second entry long. Pikachu trade. In this strong uptrend. But in this area where potential supply could be. Could be a reversal trade here, but it's above the 20 MA. Hard to take this reversal, especially on such a strong uptrend. But this is the trap trade here, and this could be a big one. But I'm not going to bank on it. We have the 20 EMA and also the trend line protecting us here. Starting to get choppy. I may be flat today. What's up with the panda face? It's my face. But all honesty, if you're trading real money on stream, if someone sees you on the street and they know how much money you make, it's not a good thing in my opinion. Not a good thing in my opinion. Especially if you have family to protect. People know where you live, and they know that I reveal almost everything here on this channel, and so I really value privacy. So, but 100K subs, maybe, just maybe, then I'll do a face reveal. Just maybe. At the end, exactly. What does it matter? Just trade. Man, so much choppiness here. I don't know. Do I want to participate in this uptrend? I do. We're just in an interesting spot right now. Like basically in this cluster here, and we're in the cluster at the moment. Right, the 10K as well, right? This cluster of candles can bounce off here, but we're currently just right in the middle of it, and I think market's trying to decide what's going to happen here. I mean, think about Michael Chen. He obviously wants to hide his face if he ever were to stream again because of certain litigations. Emily's saying, no offense, but what if your face is ugly? I love the panda face. It's pretty funny. The very few people who know who I am and know that I do this basically say I look like this panda. Untradeable in my opinion at this moment, and we might end the stream with a flat day today, and it is what it is. Even though it's a super strong move up, I mean, I marked a few entries. Like this entry was decent, but there were some reasons why I didn't like it. This is it was just wild here, and got really choppy, 3 or 4 overlapping bars, and hard to go long here in my opinion. But ends up working out nicely if you did catch it. We did have this double bottom here, higher lows, and yeah, it could have been like first breaker trend. I don't know. This is a hard trade to take in my opinion still. Just the setup doesn't look good because it works. I mean, with hindsight bias, of course, it looks nice. But if you have something like this, I've seen these shoot back down and make a new low easily here. So this is why, it's hard to take that trade in my opinion. So I mentioned everything while the trade's happening live. So, but just a recap. This one, obviously the resistance up here made it a little difficult to go long. And yeah, we skipped this one. This was a bad one. We skipped it, which was good. So at the end, I am not negative money, which is nice. But other than that, pandas, I did mention here, right? This trap trade was the big kahuna. That was a nice trade here. And I mentioned if this triggers, it could be a strong move up, very strong move up, and we made the measure move plus a lot more. So my analysis seems pretty good right now, but I mean 10K chart is hard for me to trade because the risk is huge. We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like basically 6-point risk here to take this trade, and for the trailing thresholds on these Apex accounts, having trades like with that much risk is pretty difficult. So unless you're trading micros, you can get away with micros and doing that, but a little bit difficult if you're trading the full emini. All right, Pandas. Make sure you guys use the code BBM50 if you're interested in Apex, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button. Tomorrow I may or may not stream. You'll see, you'll see the video up for the next stream gonna happen. But I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe taking a break tomorrow. We'll see. But make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button. So if I do stream, you do know. All right, Pandas. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.